Welcome back to Mac Talks Football, and Manchester City's horrendous forms continues. There is no stopping for their problems at the moment. There is no cure for their disease. I mean, they are all over the place. Aston Villa have basically destroyed them. The game ended 2-1, but it should not have been. Like, they just got lucky to score that goal, and Aston Villa was simply sensational. So let's go ahead and talk about this game. I mean, from where should I start? What blows my mind is, like, I really cannot believe still, like, it has been now 2 months, but every time City play and they play like this, the way that they play, like, I still cannot believe that this is the same Manchester City, this is the same Pep Guardiola, like, who have dominated the league for the last 4 or 5 years. And the fact of the matter is, like, it's not like it's from the start of the season. A couple of 2 months ago, like, they were on the top of the table, looking really good, playing good football, and then suddenly it's it's mind-boggling, it's baffling. You cannot really comprehend. Like, I really I don't have the words for it, if I'm being very honest with you, because how can someone and as a collective unit, the players, the manager, they have seen the peak of, the highest everything that they could have won. I remember Gary Neville saying that at the start of last season, that because Manchester City had won the treble, they have basically won everything, so that it might have the effect on the players, but it didn't. And you could see a little bit of that happening last year, but not to this extent. This year again, they started the season very good, but then the drop, it has been astronomical. Like, you really cannot believe it is happening. And again today, like, it was so easy for Aston Villa to to play around them. The way they just take the ball away from them, they cannot even hold the ball properly for so long. They cannot keep the ball with them. There is no possession for Manchester City. The tackles they are making are so poor. The decision making from the attacking players, the defensive players, the midfield is non-existent. Manchester City's midfield, unfortunately for them, Rodri gets injured, and I keep on, we cannot keep on saying that it is because of Rodri. It is because of Rodri. It's a big thing because of Rodri, because the midfield is non-existent. I like Gundogan coming back. It has not really worked for them, and nobody is being able to take Rodri's place. But still, you have such world-class players. And the way they play, it is mind-boggling. But credit to Aston Villa, credit to Unai Emery. The way that they started, they knew Manchester City were under the pressure, and they, being the home side, they started the game. They took the game to Manchester City to put them under even more pressure. The pressing from Aston Villa in that game was so good. Manchester City really did not have, the problem is, like, when you are under the pressure, when you are under so much pressure, you don't have really confidence in AI. This team is lacking confidence, and you can just clearly see from the way that they play. And Aston Villa took full advantage of that. Like, the way the Manchester City players were, giving the ball away cheaply and misplacing passes, the indecisiveness for the final third ball, trying, there was, like, the first shot on target for Manchester City was in the 91st minute, and that was also Phil Foden's goal, which was a mistake from Aston Villa. Like, that's how bad it is. They cannot even get a shot on target. That's how poor they are. Aston Villa, on the other hand, I mean, they were so good. The way they moved the ball, the quickness, putting pressure on City consistently. That ball from Tielemans for that first goal, to play through Rogers, and then he passes it to Duran. I mean, what a great goal. It basically consisted of 4 passes. The first ball coming from Martinez, I think, from the kick, comes to Tielemans, and the ball that he plays, amazing. And then, credit to Matt Rogers, to Rogers to stay on side, to check his run, and then to play it across. It was such a good goal from Aston Villa. Like, they really deserve. And then again, the way they were opening up City with so much ease, like, you couldn't really believe. Again, this is what I don't understand, right? How can a team who has been playing so good fall so drastically? They cut them open like 4 or 5 times in the first half with so much ease. They scored a second goal as Duran, unfortunately, in the second half, but that gets ruled off as an offside, which it was. But again, the problem is that you can see, and I can see, the thing is, now every other team in the Premier League can see, is like, how easy is it for teams to break down Manchester City, that they were so high up the line for the first goal, or when the ball gets placed, like, the high line for Manchester City today was unbelievable. I really did not get that. Right? You are playing against an Aston Villa side who have a pace on the wings. With the striker is known for his speed, and Guardiola goes ahead and he decides to play that high line. It was literally suicidal for him to do that, and he paid the price for that. Like 4 or 5 times Aston Villa got behind. They were lucky that Aston Villa did not convert their chances in the final third. They made a couple of bad decisions. Otherwise, it could have been even worse for them. And then the second goal, the way that they again Tielemans and Matt Rogers are involved. What a game for Rogers! I mean, a goal and an assist becomes 2-0, and that basically was it. And the way the thing with Aston Villa is it's not just them attacking the ball, trying to score the goals. It's the way that they defend the ball as like. It is a really, really good performance. I kept on saying that Aston Villa are, not going to fall away when everybody was saying that before the start of the season and the last one when their form was dipping. Unai Emery has a really, really great team. Of course, playing in the Champions League has had a bit of an effect on them, but on an overall, the way that he has made up this his squad, his team is really, really good. And for me, I think they are still going to finish in that top four. And the way probably, in my opinion, that they could even make the the quarterfinals and the semi-finals of the Champions League with the way he plays that team. It is really, really good. And for example, like the substitutions he makes, he took on Duran and it came Ollie Watkins. So the way the squad he has assembled is really, really good. And the fact of the matter with Unai Emery is like he knows how to change things up, and that is a big, big advantage for Aston Villa. I think they are going to have a great season. The dip in form, in my opinion, is gone. The festive period is going to be, quite important for every team, including Aston Villa. How they come out of it, that is going to be a big, big test for them. They are going to be really happy. They have started very well. I went with this, I said that City were going to lose the game. I thought Aston Villa were going to win in my prediction, and it has happened. So I'm really happy about that one. And Aston Villa, I think when they come out of the festive period, if they are still in the touching distance of the top four or around that, I think they are going to finish in the top four. Manchester City, on the other hand, I mean, wow, again, like it is. I don't have the words to describe what is happening at Manchester City. Like it is so unbelievable to see them lose. And now again, like they were already 11 points behind Manchester City, Liverpool, before this game happened, and now they have lost again. They're not only losing track of Liverpool, they are losing track of the teams in the fighting for the top four, because as it is so like Brighton, Nottingham Forest, Brentford, Arsenal, Chelsea, Spurs. All of Spurs are behind them, but like Manchester City are losing games so rapidly that they are getting out of the top four race as well. They basically end up fighting for those European places. And of course, we all still, because what they have done for the number of years, we still have that feeling that when the new year comes in, they are going to go on a 20 match or a 15 match unbeaten run, and they're going to win every single game, and they're going to come back and they're going to take the title away. That this is lingering in our minds, and everybody's thinking like that. But the fact of the matter is, like, in over the years, whenever they have done that, they have not lost games like this. Okay, they might have lost a couple of games here and there, and their performances might have not been that good. But the thing with Manchester City in those years has been that the performances might have not been good, but they have gotten the results. They've gone and they've maybe nicked it 1-0, and drawn the game, losing 2-0, ended up drawing the game 2-2, like that. But now, I mean, this is 12 games gone in all competition, 9 defeats for Manchester City, just 1 win in the last 12 games. This is unheard of, especially under Pep Guardiola, especially since the takeover has happened. I mean, it is good. I will be very honest. I'm enjoying it. I'm not gonna lie. Not gonna sit here and say that I'm not enjoying it. Of course, I'm enjoying it. Like everybody in the league is. I have always tried to be as honest as possible. Whenever I'm biased, I say it as it is. Like I'm very happy. I'm enjoying the downfall of Manchester City because of the way that they what they have done over the years. Of course, I'm a rival fan. I'm an Arsenal fan. Of course, I'm gonna be happy with Manchester City's downfall. But to see that happening in the way that it is happening, like we were just watching the match. I was watching a game with my brother, and he's a United fan, and we were like, that's what we were talking. Like, it is so baffling to see them, fall like this. That is one of the most shocking things that I have seen in football, and I've been watching football for like almost 20 years now. To see them drop like this, it is quite unbelievable. I really don't know from where do they go from here. like every weekend we said that maybe from next weekend City might be back, but the way that they are going, something has to change quickly, otherwise it could end up being a very very bad season for Manchester City. It already is, but in terms of trophies and silverware, I think it could turn out to be a big disaster for Pep Guardiola. Villa on the other hand, great performance, great win, and their race for the top four continues, and they would hope that they can again finish in the top four. And Unai Emery and his team, I mean, a big credit to all their players. I keep on saying Unai Emery, but the players really were up for it, and the way that they played, they were simply sensational. So yeah, that is it for me in this video. Let me know what you guys think of the game, what you guys think of Aston Villa's performance, what do you think of their chances of the top four, and what about City? If what do you think, what has happened to Manchester City? Do you still think they are in the title charge, or do you think they are not, or do you think they are still in the top four race as well, or do you think it is not going to happen for them there as well? Let me know in the comment section below. Like the video, share it as well, click on the notification bell, and of course subscribe to the channel. We are trying to get to 400 subscribers before the end of this year, so please go ahead and subscribe and help the channel out. Until next time, bye bye.